learn new things about myself every goddamn day at work. So here's one of the new things that I apparently learned about myself. Apparently, I have been fucking a coworker. And not just like coworker, like we clock out, we smash, and we come back, but apparently on the clock. And
What?
this allegedly is a big enough deal for my manager to go talk to another coworker about it. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that this is entirely like new information, because I heard about the rumor when it first started like a month and a half ago. And I'm gonna be like 110% honest, when it comes to workplace drama and all that other shit, I really don't care. I understand that I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me. And quite frankly, I don't care what people say about me. As long as I can do my job and clock in and clock out and go home, I don't give a damn.
And
But
get
this
paid.
rumor has been following me for I don't know how long, so I decided to just sit here and talk about it because you know what? So I'm gonna give everybody a fake name. So we have me, and we have this guy, his name is Rocky. We both work desk jobs. We're just agents. And then we have Tina, who is Rocky and I's direct supervisor. And then we have Lewis, who is a janitor. Now there has only been one time where
Now, what the janitor got to do? I was following along until like, what the janitor? Where he fit in this, y'all? Where the janitor fit? We got to find this out.
work desk jobs. We're just agents. And then we have Tina, who is Rocky and I's direct supervisor. And then we have Lewis, who is a janitor. Now there has only been one time where Lewis, Rocky, and I have worked at the same time. Every other time, I'm working alone. And the reason that I work alone is because I've been filling in for somebody who recently left the position before me. So this was the day that I was covering someone else's shift. So I was there, and Lewis was there. Lewis comes up to me and he goes, "You know they saying that we're right?" And I go, "What the fuck are you?"
Oh, yo, is it just me? I thought it was going to be Rocky that they was accusing her of hooking up with. They accusing her of hooking up with the janitor? Yo, that's nasty work. Her and the janitor? Oh, man. Yo, the plot twist is real.
Someone else's shift. So I was there, and Lewis was there. Lewis comes up to me and he goes, "You know they saying that we're right?" And I go, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He was like, "You know, me and Rocky were talking the other day, and Rocky came up to me and said, 'Yo, is there anything going on between you and Simone?'" And Lewis asked Rocky what the fuck he meant by that. And Rocky said, allegedly, that Tina came up to him and asked if there was anything going on between me and Lewis. Specifically, Tina allegedly wanted to know if me and Lewis were engaging in a sexual relationship. And she was so curious about it that she opened the security camera room, and she, Tina, and Rocky were looking at the cameras to see if they could catch us.
What?
And apparently they saw something going on.
What?
And then Lewis turns to me and he goes, "This is why I don't really come up to the desk anymore, because you know it's always something." And I look at him and I go, "Well, who told you that?" And he says, "Well, it was a conversation that Rocky was having with me." So at that point I was like, all right, bet. Rocky's a weirdo. And Lewis to me was already a weirdo. Now let me tell you a little bit about Lewis. There was one shift where I was working alone with Lewis, and Lewis came and he sat up under me for 45 minutes speaking. My computer runs at a snail's pace, so in the gap for my computer to actually finish doing the task that I asked it to do, I will be on my iPad doing LSAT drills. And Lewis would stop cleaning and come up behind me to talk. And I literally would be sitting here not saying anything as he talks. But Lewis asked me a question. He's like, "What are you doing for the Super Bowl?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, me and my friend are hanging out for the Super Bowl." And he's like, "You didn't invite me?" And I went, "Well, yeah, I said it was for me and a friend, and it's kind of tradition. We always
Right.
hang out in this way."
Lewis.
For context, I'm talking about my homeboy Armand. Armand's a Ravens fan. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. We watch games together. That's been our thing. Anyways, Lewis sits there and he looks at me and goes, "Well, I really want to go." And I said, "Well, it's kind of tradition. It's just kind of like a me and my friend thing." And he's just like, "Well, I can be a part of traditions.
What? Lewis. I see why she called you weird, Lewis. Lewis, what are you doing? Nobody invited you to hang out. Lewis. Bruh, man.
I said, "Well, it's kind of tradition. It's just kind of like a me and my friend thing." And he's just like, "Well, I can be a part of traditions. Traditions can always change." And I look at him and I'm just like, "No."
No,
And he's
Lewis.
like, "Nah, I mean, it's going to be like real cool. I could bring something. I could bring some snacks." And I'm like, "Absolutely not. Like, you're still not coming to my Super Bowl party with me and my friend." So not too long after that, he's just like, so when are you and I gonna hang out? And I was like, what are you talking about? And
Oh,
he's
Louis
just
trying to
like, I
get
just want to
on.
hang out with you, want to grab some dinner, you know? And he's like, you cook, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, when are you gonna cook for me? And I'm like, I'm not.
Look,
And he's like,
Louis, this is not the way. This is not smooth, Louis. Louis, for so many reasons. For so many reasons, Louis, this is not gonna work, man. No disrespect, Louis. None at all, Louis. You're the janitor, Louis. You're the janitor, Louis. Can we be real? You're the janitor, Louis. She's working the desk, Louis. Unless she is showing interest in you, Louis, stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. More than likely, she is not viewing you as an option, bro, just off of your occupation alone, Louis. But Louis, for you to then take it to the next level, you sparking up conversations where she's not giving you no dialogue back. It's monologue. Louis, that's a no. Then on top of that, Louis, you trying to invite yourself to her Super Bowl party? You asked her what her plans was. She told you you were not included, Louis. And you just said, I should come. No, Louis. No, not at all, Louis. And then you decide to ask her if she cooked and when she gonna cook for you, Louis. No, Louis. No, Louis. That's not smooth. That's not player, Louis. That does make you look like a straight weirdo, Louis. Man, I was hesitant. I thought, man, she was coming down on Louis when she called him a weirdo. But yeah, you acting weird, Louis.
hang out with you, want to grab some dinner, you know? And he's like, you cook, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's just like, when are you gonna cook for me? And I'm like, I'm not. And he's like, what? You're not gonna cook for me? And I'm like, no. So he looks at me and he moves a little closer and he's just like, I just think you're cool to be around. I really want to hang out
You
with you. I
trying too
promise you
hard,
I'm not gonna
Louis.
be on a weird shit. I just want to hang out. And I'm skipping a lot of context. There is a completely separate story time in itself about that entire shift. But I just want to say that that shift pointed out with him arguing with me about not having kids. Like he asked me.
Louis, man. Yo, you just gotta know when it's not gonna happen for you, Louis. Like, you start off arguing with a woman that you work with, and then later in the day, you trying to ask her about cooking you meals and when y'all should hang out, bro. She don't like you, Louis. No, Louis.
Pointed out with him arguing with me about not having kids. Like he asked me if I wanted to have kids and I was just like, I don't really think about having children right now because I'm very unstable. And I was just like, there's a lot of things to consider before having children, and I just think that that is a conversation for when I'm stable, and then I'll make those considerations then. And he was just doing this really weird thing in this conversation where every time I would say that these are the things that make me uncomfortable, he would like insert himself and be like, well, you know, I would make sure that you're good in your pregnancy and blah, blah, blah. And then he would quickly correct himself and be like, it's not like that. And I just thought it was really weird that he was inserting himself in a situation where I was like pregnant. It was really fucking weird.
Yeah,
but the point is,
that is weird,
he
Louis.
comes up to me and says that apparently there was this whole conversation where Tina thought that me and Louis had.
I'm gonna pause here, right? I haven't seen this. You and I are gonna find this out together. My bet is on Louis started the rumor about them hooking up. Who you got? You got Louis, you got Rocky, or you got Tina? Put your thoughts in the comments right now. I think Louis started the rumor. Louis is like, hey, if I'm not getting it in real life, at least let everybody think he's getting it. I think Louis started the rumor that they was hooking up. I think it was Louis.
Comes up to me and says that apparently there was this whole conversation where Tina thought that me and Louis had a thing for each other and we were secretly like, and Tina came to Rocky, and then Rocky ended up telling Louis, and now Louis is telling me about this whole thing that's going on. So Louis told me about that rumor like a month and a half ago. The day after I found out that rumor, I ended up going to my general manager, and I'm like, hey, this thing is going on, and
she ain't
this
playing
is weird
about
for
it.
3 reasons. I don't know who started this rumor, but there are 3 people that are involved with it, and no matter who started it from that 3, it's weird. If Tina started it, then I think it's really concerning that my manager is inquiring about my sex life to the point of fantasy. If Rocky started that rumor, then that's just a random guy making up a sex story between 2 people. And if Lewis started that rumor, then that's even more considering the fact that he self-inserted himself in a pregnancy scenario that doesn't even exist. He has talked to me for
I think it's
45 minutes
Lewis.
straight uninterrupted. And it's just weird overall. My GM looks at me, he's like, noted, this is weird, let me get on it, let's figure it out. And like for the next month after that, I haven't really heard much about that rumor since. And also, I don't really work with Lewis. So here's what happened yesterday. There's a
Okay.
shift change going on between me and Rocky. And Rocky looks at me and he goes, hey, is there anything going on between you and Lewis? And I'm just like, what do you
Again?
mean? And he's just like, Lewis doesn't really come up here anymore. And when I ask Lewis what's up, Lewis is just like, oh, there's something going on between me and Simone. Or
See?
something to that effect. And I was like, you know what? That's really interesting that you bring this up. Because a
Lewis.
month ago, Lewis came up to me and said that you and Tina have been talking about whether or not me and Lewis have a sexual relationship. And Rocky was like, I am so glad that you said that. Because Tina came up to me. Because Lewis has been saying some really crazy things, and somehow my name gets wrapped up in it too. Rocky looks at me and he's like, okay, well,
Lewis.
you're here, I'm here, and Lewis is here. So let's go talk to Lewis. And he approaches Lewis. And Lewis looks at me and he's just like, Simone, I never said anything about us.
Lying
And I was
Lewis.
just like, Lewis, you told me that Tina and Rocky were having a conversation inquiring about whether or not we had a sexual relationship. I never said anything about us directly. And Lewis is like, well, you got the whole thing wrong, Simone, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so did we not just have this conversation? And he was like, we did have this conversation, but I didn't. And Rocky cuts him off and he's just like, listen, dude, there have been so many situations where you have been going around and saying something and bringing somebody else in it, and that's not true. And this
Lewis
shit is
messy.
weird. And you have been really weird with Simone and about Simone for a hot minute. And I have peeped the weird shit that you've been doing, even if you didn't think that I was seeing it. And right now, that's kind of where the thing has ended. But let me tell you, I'm dead ass so serious. I am so tired of my name being wrapped up in shit that has nothing to do with me. I will be off of work and come back to straight bullshit. Like, what the do you mean I'm coming to work and having sex with a coworker? I barely even have time to pee when I'm on the clock. That's literally so strange.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, did you get it right? Did you think it was Lewis? Did you think it was Tina, or did you think it was Rocky? Man, I hope you place, your bet in the comments, man. I had a feeling it was Lewis. I had a feeling once she started talking, I'm like, yeah, Lewis is really a weirdo. And Lewis started the rumor. He couldn't just be honest and just say he liked the woman. Like, just keep it a buck, man. Shoot your shot. If you miss it, oh well, man. You ain't got to be bringing up rumors about you doing this and that to her. Like, that's nasty work. That's nasty work, Lewis. You out here just telling everybody what y'all doing. And the fact that you made a rumor about y'all doing it on the clock, come on, Lewis. Something that if they needed to figure out what's going on, they could, right? They quote unquote went to the footage. I don't even think that part was real. I think Lewis is a lying, messy dude, man. Man, why? Come on, man. It's nothing wrong with liking a woman that you work with, bro. Shoot your shot. Nothing wrong with that. If you make it, great. If you don't, move on with your life and let it just move on. Me personally, I just feel like it's just safe to not even be considering a coworker, man. Just steer clear, man. Keep work, and keep what you do in your social life and your relationships and your dating life. Keep that completely separate. And to just put this woman in the middle of this mess because you like her and you just can't come out and just be honest with her, that's just messy. And as a man, you should never have the word messy associated with your name. That's just not a good look. That's just not masculine at all. But yo, this story is wild. I hope that, they was able to quash all of those rumors and, Shorty can go back to, working her job, getting her money, and being about her own business. But let me know your thoughts. Did you guess right when it came to Lewis? Have you had something similar happen? Any crazy rumors that involve you or some coworkers or whatever the case may be? Feel free to share it in the comments In the meantime, if you want to hear something else crazy about somebody hooking up, you should check out the video on your screen. Oh my goodness, this landlord was doing something real nasty in one of his tenants' houses, and you should check that video out if you want to keep this party rolling. As you know, you don't have to subscribe unless you want to join the family today. If not, wait until you're ready to join. Watch a few more videos like the one that's on your screen, and when you're ready, you'll know it. But yeah, check out the video of that nasty landlord doing something diabolical in his tenant's crib, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Jay. Until then, stay blessed.